Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. We are going over some critical information today in this video. First things first though, you gotta be subscribed. I'm doing a massive $1,000 plus silver giveaway. I'm picking 5 winners. The entry video is going up tomorrow, so if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see that video in your feed. So you got to be subscribed. Turn on notifications so you will get reminded when that giveaway entry video goes live, because I would hate for you to miss out on a chance to win over $1,000 worth of silver. So the silver supply shortage, it's a very gray topic. There's a lot of gray area because we could go into the ETF side of things. We could go into supply versus demand, but the recirculating supply of silver, it's a lot different nowadays, especially comparing it to gold. Since most silver is lost in technology, it's thrown away because nobody's scrapping silver out of most of the industrial applications it's used for. But gold, most of it's recycled, resurfacing. So you really can't tell for sure what the accurate ratio is. That people say it comes out of the ground 8-1, but the ratio is a little off because the silver that's getting dug up out of the ground is getting thrown away. So the ratio is actually smaller than 8-1 since the recirculating supply of gold is so high. For the last 7 years, miners have been abandoning silver mines because the price has been so low. They're chasing gold. They're chasing things that's going to put $1 in their pocket. Why would they look for an ounce of silver that's $15, $20 where they can look for an ounce of gold that's $1,500, $2,000, regardless of the consequence? Now, we got a couple articles talking about how silver production is going to rise 8% in 2021. What is that going to look like for silver prices? How is that going to affect them negatively or positively? And we also have another article talking more about this. So, very important video. Both of these articles will be in the description. Let's jump into this. Silver supply shortage. What investors need to know. Precious metals received renewed interest as investment vehicles in the face of a global pandemic as inflation-proof hedges in an increasingly uncertain economic environment. You're not going to look for stable prices when the economy is unstable. So precious metals like gold and silver have preserved their roles as stores of value for thousands of years. And think about that, thousands of years, and think about in the future thousands of years. A lot of times we look at the price, the value of precious metals from a lifetime perspective. What about in 200 years? What's the price of silver going to be? You still think it's going to be $28 an ounce in 200 years? In 50 years? 100 years? No. We have to think outside the box. We have to look at the bigger picture. So I like this next part. It definitely breaks everything down, exactly what's happening. So when we're talking about new investors, this is the perfect time. The Reddit short squeeze was a perfect example. And there's only going to be more and more of these situations as things get worse, as the dollar decreases lower, as we throw trillions of dollars out. So with the arrival of an unprecedented global pandemic, however, these metals are seemingly shining brighter, catching the attention of new, eager investors hoping to hedge against the increased volatility of economic markets. As central banks continue to print money and deficits soar, gold and silver are looking to be extremely attractive assets to include to investor portfolios. Unfortunately, this could also contribute to a growing shortage in gold and silver supply, which would also be pushing the price up. But do you want the price to go up right now? Are you ready to sell your silver right now? If you're ready to sell silver right now, then that would be great. But if you are someone like me that's not ready to sell silver for 10, 15, 20 years more as a retirement, or even if you are going to sell your silver at all, then you wouldn't want the price to go up right now so we can get a better discount. While gold reached its all-time high price above $2,000 an ounce in the summer of 2020, silver has lagged behind, not breaking the same records. Right? Gold's like a volcano. It's already exploded. It's already erupted. Broke its all-time ever high. Ever. 5,000 years, that was the highest price gold has ever been. Silver wasn't even close, wasn't even half of it. Or in August when it hit $30, or a couple months ago when it hit $30, it did by $10 when $30 would be 60 if you're looking at that. But still, regardless, silver hasn't exploded yet. It's like a volcano that's still bubbling, about to explode. And if you want to know what's going to blow the lid off, it's going to be the demand for green, the green energy sector, zero emissions by 2030, maybe even 2025. The whole world on a global scale looking to need silver as a main component in photovoltaics, which is in solar panels, electric vehicles like Tesla, all these new electronic companies and these new gadgets and lithium ion batteries all need silver, but people are buying it up and holding it. So what's going to happen? Big business needs silver. We want silver. So still, investors say that silver bull run is long overdue, as silver typically follows gold's course. However, when that time comes, financial institutions may have to face a crippling reality: the silver supply is under threat. So that's definitely the truth. We don't know what's going to happen, and that's why you're going to see some articles coming out like this. The Silver Institute, which is the holy grail of information, was talking about production rising by, I think, 3%. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they said 8%. And if they did, then, that's a big difference. But still, regardless, it is going up. Production is going up. And that's from countries like Mexico and Peru. They accumulate 40% of the global silver production, just those two countries alone, which got hit hard from the pandemic. So that also had a very strong effect on production last year. But global silver mine production is estimated to have declined by 2.4% to 849 million ounces in 2020, a fourth consecutive annual decrease, partly owing to lockdowns and restrictions at top silver producing countries, Mexico, Peru, China. So in addition, depleting ore reserves have been major concerns for the industry in the recent years. It's getting harder and harder to find silver. Global silver production is expected to increase 8%. So and then exceed 1 billion ounces by 2024. Mexico and Peru and China will be the key contributors towards silver mine production growth, with combined production in these countries expected to increase a forecast 393 million ounces in 2021 and 443 in 2024. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting as demand grows and grows and grows, throwing trillions into the green energy sector, throwing trillions of dollars around like we have all this money to spend. We don't have this money to spend. There's going to be a price to pay. There's going to be a cost to pay. You might like that $700 paycheck now, but at what cost? And that's a terrible thing to say, because people do need that. They need that because a lot of people are jobless. So it's an interesting perspective to be. It's an interesting situation to be in, where we have to give people money, but we don't have the money. So we have to give it anyways, knowing what's going to happen, but we have no choice. So the greatest impact from this pandemic on silver production was seen during the first 9 months of 2020, when 8 of the top 10 silver producers reported a collective 13% year-on-year fall in their output. That's a hard hit. I mean, you saw the U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles, Royal Canadian Mint shut down for 2 weeks, and then you have the U.S. Mint at the end of the year have to stop selling to dealers. You had them making an emergency silver million mintage from the silver supply of 1 million ounces from the San Francisco Mint. Then, you had APMEX. You couldn't even place an order. JM Bullion had so much traffic, their site went down. You couldn't find silver anywhere. Not Provident Metals, not Modern Coin Mart, nowhere. Not SD Bullion, nowhere. You could find silver for a couple days. And now, with everyone hopping on the silver train, knowing or planting that seed that silver is a real investment, it's only going to get more serious, and it's only going to make the picture bigger, especially with a very, very small market like silver. Gold is a huge market. Why do you think silver is like gold on steroids? Why do you think silver is more volatile? Because it's a much smaller market. So putting money into it, putting or taking money out affects the price a lot more than gold. So if we see all these people going into silver, particularly silver and not gold, this could be astronomical for silver prices. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. They kind of just go on to other stuff with, just mining stuff. But regardless, I like to try to highlight the main parts of the articles. I'm never going to tell you stuff you don't need to know. Everything I say is critical information. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow I'm putting out an entry video for my biggest giveaway ever. Over $1,000 worth of silver and more to come, especially when I hit 50,000 subscribers. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys all. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.